My sister stopped talking to me last summer. Started with a fight that got out of hand. Both of us saying things we didn't mean, neither willing to understand. At first I figured she'd call eventually. At first I figured I'd call too. Funny how stubborn turns into distance before you know it, it does. Months went by and life kept moving. Birthdays came and birthdays passed. Mom kept asking if we'd worked it out yet. I kept saying not this time back. Truth is I knew exactly where she lived, knew exactly what I'd say. Just couldn't get past being angry long enough to make the drive that day. Wrong words, proud hearts, one fight tore us apart. How long do you hold on to something that's hurting you? How long do you carry it around? Oh, pain, deep roots still weighing me down. Yeah, everybody says life's too short, but that don't help somehow. How long do you hold on to something that's hurting you before you put it down? Then my nephew scored his first goal. My brother sent the video through. There she was screaming from the bleachers, prouder than I ever knew. I watched that clip about 10 times, not for the game, not for the score. Just seeing her laugh like that again made me miss her more. Sat awake half the night thinking about everything we'd lost, all because neither one of us wanted to be the first one across. Crazy how forgiveness sounds simple till you're standing at the edge, knowing one phone call could fix it if you just make it instead. One call, no script, one step could fix that. How long do you hold on to something that's hurting you? How much pride is worth the cost? Good years, close bonds gone because they got lost. Yeah, maybe being right ain't worth it when being right means being alone. How long do you hold on to something that's hurting you when you could just come home this time? Old ties, both sides, still try. One word, breakthrough. Start small, make do. How long do you hold on to something that's hurting you? Maybe that's the question now. Not who's right, not who's wrong, just how do we work it out? Yeah, tomorrow I might make that phone call, say the things I should have said. How long do you hold on to something that's hurting you? Maybe today's the day it ends. Phone screen, deep breath, one ring, no regrets. $20,000 on a scratch ticket. Whole street talked about it for days. Everybody joking about quitting working, moving someplace far away. I left right along with the rest of them. Started dreaming for a minute too. Funny how one lucky story makes impossible feel true. Spent half the drive home imagining what I'd do if it happened to me. Pay off debt, take a vacation, finally breathe easy. Then I pulled into my apartment lot. Same cracked pavement, same old view, and realized most of my problems would still come with me too. Big dreams, fast plans, slip right through your hands. What would you change if money wasn't the problem? What would you keep exactly the same? New house, nice car, would it really change a thing? Yeah, we spent so much time chasing freedom through numbers on a screen. What would you change if money wasn't the problem? Who would you be? That night I made a list for fun. Started writing everything down. First few lines were all about money, then it slowly turned around. Call my mama, take more weekends, see old friends I'd never see, get back to playing music sometimes, become somebody I miss being. That's when it hit me kinda sideways. Most of that stuff cost almost nothing. I've been acting like my whole life's waiting on some future that's coming. Maybe a bigger paycheck helps things. Maybe it takes some pressure off. But a lot of what I say I want can't be bought. More cash, less stress, still leaves life to address. What would you change if money wasn't the problem? What are you waiting for right now? Good friends, free time, still matters somehow. Yeah, maybe your wealth means something different than what I always thought it meant. What would you change if money wasn't the problem? And why haven't you yet? Big wins come fast, good things can't last. One life, one shot, don't wait a lot. What would you change if money wasn't the problem? Maybe that's the wrong question now. Not someday, not when, but starting somehow. Yeah, tomorrow I'll still pay my bills, still chase goals I haven't reached. What would you change if money wasn't the problem? Maybe that's the key. Late night, notebook, one list, good look. Keep saying I'll start on Monday, get back in shape, clean up my life, eat better, sleep better, save more money, finally get things right. Then Monday comes and Monday leaves me, same promises, different week. Funny how change sounds simple till it's staring back at me. Got a notebook full of good intentions, half-finished goals and plans, every version of who I wanted to be written in my own hand. Not lazy, not unmotivated, not afraid of working hard, just tired of always feeling like I'm restarting from the start. New plan, same wall, stand up, then stall. How many times can you start over before it sticks? How many chances do you give yourself? Fresh goals, strong hope, then back on the shelf. Yeah, nobody talks about the middle, the part between trying and done. How many times can you start over before it sticks? Before one becomes a one. I saw an old picture from 5 years ago, thought I'd feel disappointed somehow, but honestly I just felt sorry for how hard I was on myself back then. Always chasing some perfect version, always focused on what was wrong, never stopping long enough to notice how far I'd already come. Maybe progress ain't dramatic, maybe it doesn't make a sound, maybe it's getting back up again every time life knocks you down. Cause most people aren't failing completely, they're just moving slower than planned and spending too much time comparing their life to somebody else's hand. Small steps, count two, even when they're few. How many times can you start over before it sticks? How many mornings begin this way? One try, one more, then another day. Yeah, maybe winning ain't perfection, maybe winning staying in it. How many times can you start over before it sticks? Maybe this is the minute. Fall down, get up, lose ground, catch up. One step, then two, keep going, break through. How many times can you start over before it sticks? Maybe that's the wrong thing to ask, not how many, but will you? When the next chance comes to pass, yeah, tomorrow I still have excuses, same as every day before. How many times can you start over before it sticks? One more. New day, deep breath, not there yet. jobs that don't even work no more. People say, man, you're lucky, like luck walked through the door. They didn't see the weekends traded, or the nights I couldn't sleep. Funny how everybody sees the harvest, nobody sees the seeds. And I started thinking about my 20s, all the pressure I put on myself, always feeling one step behind somebody, always reaching for something else. Every goal became another ladder, every ladder led to one more climb, never stopping long enough to ask, what if I'm doing fine? Run fast, move up, still feel not enough. How much of your life have you spent chasing enough? How much is enough anyway? Big goals, new heights, then bigger ones the next day. Yeah, the finish line keeps moving every time you get close. How much of your life have you spent chasing enough? And who decides the most? My uncle retired last September, bought a little place by the lake. Said the strangest thing about retirement was how little it changed. Still drank coffee every morning, still watch the weather roll in, still worry about people he loved, still laughed with old friends. He said most of life's the same stuff, kid, you just notice it more. Man, I thought about that sentence the whole drive home from his door. Cause maybe peace ain't something waiting on the other side of success. Maybe peace is finally learning you don't have to impress. Less race, more grace, slow down, see the place. How much of your life have you spent chasing enough? How much joy got postponed? Good days pass by while reaching for unknown. That maybe satisfaction ain't something you stumble on at the end. How much of your life have you spent chasing enough instead of letting yourself win? One more, then more, then more, then more. That's how years go. Stand still, look round, something count now. How much of your life have you spent chasing enough? Maybe that's the wrong pursuit. Not more things, not more proof, just living some truth. Yeah, tomorrow I'll still have ambition that probably won't disappear. How much of your life have you spent chasing enough? Maybe enough is already here. Lake breeze, sunset, deep breath, no debt, no debt. Less rush, more life feels right. now we're looking through old messages, trying to figure out what things changed. One day we were talking every morning, next thing nothing felt the same. No big fight, no cheating scandal, no dramatic reason why. Just shorter replies, longer silences, till everything ran dry. I kept replaying conversations, looking for some clue I missed. Like maybe if I found the moment, I'd understand all of this. Funny how the mind keeps searching for answers after someone leaves. Like confusion hurts a little less when there's a reason to believe. No crash, no burn, still hurts to learn. How do you lose something without knowing when you lost it? How do you watch it slip away? One less call, one less text, then nothing left to say. Everybody talks about heartbreak like it arrives all at once. How do you lose something without knowing when you lost it? Till it's gone. My buddy said I should stop wondering, said some things don't make sense. Easy advice when you're not the one sitting with the consequence. Cause closure sounds real nice in theory, till you're the one left behind, trying to build a clean ending from pieces you can't find. So I took a drive out past the city, windows down despite the cold. Watch the lights get smaller in the mirror, watch the dark take hold. And somewhere between the highway exits and the songs coming through the speakers low, I stopped needing every answer and just let it go. Long road, night sky, some truths don't arrive. How do you lose something without knowing when you lost it? How do you know when it's done? Good days, bad days, still adding up to one. Yeah, maybe not every ending comes with words that help and make sense. How do you lose something without knowing when you lost it, and still move on from it? One hope held tight, one change, one night. No blame, no war, just less than before. How do you lose something without knowing when you lost it? Maybe that's not mine to know. One season, one chapter, then